Hi, and welcome to my last video based on my book, Women Must Save the World, A Call to Action. And the topic for this video is we need a worldwide revolution and a peaceful worldwide revolution. So don't be turned off by that word revolution. It simply means a change in thinking. And of course, when we have a change in thinking, usually we have a change in acting as well. But I'm going to do a real quick recap. First, I identified in the first video all the kinds of problems that we have in the world today. I gave 15 topics, things like major wars going on in many countries, global warming being a major concern, identity theft, and of course, poverty in many countries of the world with starving children. So I named these 15, but there are probably many, many more major concerns in the world today. So how did we get here? And I maintain that patriarchal leadership has gotten us to this point. And I go back to the caveman days, through the Industrial Revolution, and up until today. We have pretty much had a patriarchal society, which means men have been in the majority of ruling. And whether that's in business or government, 90% of business and large businesses and governments are led by men. And I'm not saying, it's been all bad. There's certainly been a lot of good done. But in a patriarchal society, usually it is masculine skills that prevail. Logical thinking, analytical thinking, competitiveness, aggressiveness. And I believe that has led to these major problems in the world, and that we need to change to balance skills. We need to balance those masculine skills with feminine skills, things like intuition, creativity, collaboration, holistic thinking. And many women today have those balance skills. Through education and training, they've developed their masculine thinking skills, and many naturally have some of these feminine skills, these collaborative skills, these nurturing skills. So I maintain to create a better, safer world, we need feminine, female leadership. And that is not to exclude men, but men have been discouraged in many countries from developing their feminine skills. So that's why I say women must save the world, a call to action. Now here's my proposal. I would like a few tech people to get together and do a survey, do a poll to the top 12 countries with the largest populations in the world. And I'd also like to include one country from the European Union, which I think should be Germany. So now we have 13 countries that these tech people are going to send a survey. The first thing they're going to ask, and by the way, this survey will go to 4.9 billion people. They will ask, do you want to see a safer, better world for your children and grandchildren? And I can't imagine anybody not saying, of course we do. And the adults in that 4.9 billion people, they can answer for the children. And another fact is 4.9 billion people. That is really about 61% of the world's population today, which is approximately 8 billion people. So you have the majority of people saying, yes, we want a better, safer world. Then I'm going to ask in this survey these 13 countries to name one woman who they believe has demonstrated good leadership skills in their country. And that could be someone from government or business or just, somebody well-known. And, if they do come up with some men, that have those balanced feminine, masculine skills, so be it. But I believe we should start out by nominating a woman from each of those 13 countries. And let me just tell you what countries are included in those 13 countries. First of all, it is India, China, and the U.S. And I think it is imperative that the two superpowers, China and U.S., be included in this survey. Next, we have Indonesia, Pakistan, Nigeria, Brazil, Bangladesh, and Russia, then Mexico, Ethiopia, and Japan. And like I said, that's 61% of the people in the world. And next, I'd like to see those 13 women get together, if they want to include, a man here and there who has balanced skills, those collaborative skills, which I think is the number one skill to have, so be it. And just to give you a few examples of the kind of women I'm talking about, first comes to mind Angela Merkel from Germany. And she served 4 terms as Chancellor of Germany. And when you see pictures of her, it seems like all the men are looking toward her for direction, like she was the de facto leader of their European Union. And what's interesting about her, too, is that she started out, her background is as a scientist. But certainly when she became Chancellor, she had to use a lot of her feminine collaborative skills. Another woman who might be considered is Dong Mingzhu of China. Now, she's a woman that Forbes several years ago said that she was one of the most influential women outside of the United States. And she ran a huge appliance company in China. Another possible person that might come to mind is Sheikh Hasina. She is currently the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. And in total, she served 19 years and has been the longest leading woman in the world. And, also another woman that comes to my mind is Oprah Winfrey. I mean, she's well known in the United States and respected by many. And she started that school for women in Africa. So these are just some kind of example. So we have these 13 women and possibly 1 or 2 men, if they can find them with these truly balanced skills. And they're going to start including the rest of the world, that other 40%. And I can't imagine that there's any, especially poor country, that doesn't want to sign up to be part of this worldwide revolution, a peaceful worldwide revolution. And it's just amazing. We have the technology today. This is so easy to do, to communicate with everyone. And if there are parts or people of the world that don't have the technology, we'll just figure out a way to get that to them for this survey. And so that they can all be included in saying how they want this world to be, and by choosing female leaders. So I don't think this is impractical, and I don't think it'll lead to more wars. I can't see how that would, with what we've got going on in the world right now. I think we desperately need something like this, and I call it female feminine leadership. So with that, I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to wish the people who lead this effort the best. I'm almost 79 years old, and so I know what we need is some very energetic, enthusiastic young people as well as experienced people. And I'm not precluding older people like myself from giving advice and participating. I'm just saying that I want to see some very capable, energetic leadership, feminine leadership. And I thank you for watching and listening to this video, and I wish everyone the very best. I'm going back to writing, my first love right now. I love to write. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be working on a novel. Thank you again. The best of luck.